and then going into looking at the structure of the book, because there seem to be two ways we can look at it. One is through the management, emotional and conversational intelligence, but you've then got these 7 core characteristics. So what's the best lens to look at your work on emerging leaders then?
Okay, there are 3 particular ways, if I can, Bob, rather than just the 2. The 3 ways are, the book is aimed at, first of all, telling a little bit of a story about what I refer to myself in my corporate life, derailing. And why did I derail? I derailed basically because I stopped listening to people. I stopped listening to mentors and people who were coaching me and helping me. And as I went through my career, and I got to the top in terms of, I worked for ICI. I had a global responsibility. I ran a division of the company, and I had fun. I loved my job, but I still basically derailed. I wasn't one that got restructured into the company when the company became Orica. I got derailed out of the company. And I'll say afterwards, thank God for that, because it enabled me when I was young enough to start saying, what have I got that I can give back? And so the beginning of the book explains that little bit of a journey and said, I really analyzed where I'd gone wrong and why basically, although I knew what to do, I wasn't actually applying it. And I then look at the journey we went into creating the emerging leader. How would we teach people? And basically what I wanted to look at is, did every one of the 4 guidelines, know yourself, a management intelligence, emotional intelligence, and conversational, I won't use conversational intelligence, I'll call it the skill set of conversation. And if you look at those 4, every single one at some stage will touch the 7 core characteristics of management. And I highlight that as we go through. So I've ended up with each of them. The first one has only got 6 breakaways. That's know yourself. And that gives you some exercises to do. But at the end of it, it asks you the question, what have you learned about yourself that you didn't know by going through those exercises? And are those learnings of value for you moving forward? The other 3 guidelines are all broken down into 12 items. So as an example, in the management intelligence, I use the 8 habits of Stephen Covey, not the 7. I had his 8th one before he died. And I used that as one of the journeys. And as everyone will know, the first one was be proactive. And basically what I try and do in that exercise is use as much as I possibly can from my experience, but other people's words of wisdom. So I've ended up roughly splitting each of these into roughly 50-50. So it's a compilation of other people's work, plus my own experience or my own models.
And as you say, the sort of the practical steps that people need to think about in order to implement them, which is why what makes it more than just a collection of theories, which I like. Yeah.